Hi everybody and welcome back. This week I'm joined with Hannah from Wedges and Weights.
Hello!
She is a qualified personal trainer, and last night I asked on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter what questions you wanted to ask us. So we've got a whole list of them here. Some of them are really good and we're just going to answer them. So are you ready?
Ready.
So Facebook, first of all it says, I'd love to know about diet supplements and if they're beneficial or not. And I checked with Katie Andrews and she said things like vitamins and minerals. So do you take them?
I only take them if I need to. Now for me, I don't actually eat fish because I don't like it. So I do take an omega-3.
Yeah.
And sometimes I take a magnesium before bedtime, but and maybe a multivitamin, but I'm not that good at remembering to take it.
Yeah, I'm like that. I go through phases. I really wish I could remember to take a multivitamin every day. And that's just because I once spoke to a consultant who said that all women of childbearing age should take a multivitamin because most pregnancies are unplanned for the folic acid. So I thought that was quite interesting.
Nick's going to send me to be pregnant, obviously.
And the other one is vitamin C. So I take a high dose vitamin C when I have a cold, and I'll put more information about that down below. So the second question is definitely for you, Hannah.
Okay.
It says, best workout with equipment and without if working out at home.
Bodyweight circuits, hip workouts.
Yeah.
Anything that explosive, you can do squat jumps, you can do burpees, push-ups.
Yeah.
If you've got a little bit of equipment, resistance bands are great.
Oh yeah.
You can have light dumbbells, but maybe a Swiss ball to do some ab work.
And we're actually going to be filming a workout video in this lounge. So we'll link that down below and then you can have a go follow
Exactly,
that.
yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah. This question is from Dave Stanier and it says pre-bed meals / post-gym food for people that train late would be good to know. I know a lot of people that are scared of eating anything after 6-7 o'clock. So yeah, we were talking about this earlier. It's completely ridiculous that you can't eat late at night. Like the Mediterranean diet's really healthy and they eat like 10-11 o'clock at night. So what snacks would you have like before bed or after a late gym workout?
It wouldn't change for me.
Yeah.
Personally, it'd be the same as if I trained in the morning. Like today I trained and I actually had tuna today and I didn't have fish, but that's one thing I will have.
That's good.
Tuna. But yeah, I would still have like my rice and my protein and the veg or whatever I was having. Regardless, sometimes me and my other half don't eat until like 9:30 just because he gets back at that time from work. And we'll still have a normal meal at that time.
Definitely. Always keep fuel because the risk is if you're working out then you increase like protein turnover, so you might end up losing muscle if you don't take in a sufficient amount of protein throughout the 24 hours, which you don't want.
That. Get the guns.
The next question is from Natalie Louise and it says, I want to increase the protein in my diet as I've just started going to the gym and I don't want to pay out for protein shakes. I already eat lots of chicken and meat. What else can I do? So I am a massive fan of Greek yogurt.
Total Greek.
Yeah, total Greek. 0% fat is the highest in protein, but the 2% and the 5% is also great. Things like milk, so from a dairy point of view, that's great. And
then the other things we talked about were like things like lentils, pulses. Get it from that. Chia also has a little bit of protein in, but
yeah. So as well as your meat and your fish, you have got the dairy side and then the pulses, and of course eggs. Eggs are just fantastic. So yeah, the majority of people do get enough protein in the diet without needing protein shakes. So the next question is from Sophie Frank, and this actually matches another question that we had on Instagram from Kevin. And it says, what are your favourite pre and post workout snacks? So for me, I work out first thing before work. So I actually personally don't eat before a workout.
Fasted.
Yeah, well I only work out for between like 15 minutes and half an hour. As soon as I get up I'm still half asleep and then I have my breakfast, either protein smoothie or a bowl of porridge with some whey in or some Greek yogurt. So yeah, so my breakfast is my post-workout snack. But if I was working out later on, then maybe something like a banana or a smoothie would be good.
Yeah, I train early doors like Nick, but I definitely have to have something before I go. So I'll have like something quick, if it's something only 30 minutes before, because obviously I don't want to get up like 4 AM, ridiculous, then I'll have some whey or take a supplement in that respect. Maybe have a few almond nuts.
So the last question on Facebook is one from Amy Robb, and Sidel Williams also asked something really similar. So Amy asked, how do you stop eating a meal that's just so good? Especially when I'm in restaurants, I end up overeating because I feel like overly full, so uncomfortable.
You need to eat.
Yeah.
Eat slower.
Definitely slow down your eating so that you become satisfied with a smaller amount of food. But I would say if you're getting to the point where you can't stop eating and you're feeling overly full, is it because you're depriving yourself at another time of the day or another time of the week?
So then it's almost becoming like a binge. So I think once you've created that healthy balance and maybe got to grips with it, then you might not want to overindulge at that time to the point that you're in pain, because then that kind of takes the enjoyment away from the nice food or the nice treat that you're having, like going out for dinner. You don't want to be going out for dinner and it's like a nice thing to do, isn't it? You don't want to come back or walk out like in pain. So eating slower, maybe sometimes picking something like lighter as a side to go alongside something.
Definitely. And it is all right to overeat. It's perfectly fine. It's out of human nature. But maybe if it's overeating to the point of discomfort, you've got to ask yourself, have you made yourself too hungry? Did you miss lunch? Or should you have a snack before you go to the restaurant so that your head does the choosing instead of your stomach? So things like that. I'm slowing down. It says, how to stop eating so much peanut butter.
Confession time. Hannah doesn't like peanut butter.
I know. So
unless it's in a recipe.
Yeah. I only discovered peanut butter about 1 or 2 years ago, and now a jar in my house will only last a maximum of 2 days. So maybe I'm not qualified to say this, but basically how I stop eating it is A, I don't buy the jars, and B, I now buy these little sachets, which the ones I've got at the moment are from Buff Bake. I'll link them below. They're 200 calories for a sachet, and I'm satisfied by opening the sachet and eating it all instead of eating half a tub at once.
Now with almond butter, that's another matter, because if it's there, it will be eaten.
Yeah.
So like Nick, I'm not really good at having the self-control of the spoon and the almond butter jar.
Yeah, and jam. She said earlier.
No advice, unfortunately.
So the next question is from Nelly Dog, and it says, amount of protein per meal you can take on. I've been told that your body only processes 20 grams in one sitting. Yeah, so it's kind of a myth. I'll link down to a really good article by Alan Aragon, and basically research shows I think it's much higher than 20 to 30 grams. For digestion purposes, maybe it's good to spread out your protein throughout the day, but I think it depends on who you are, your physique, how much you're training, what other foods are you eating with it. You can't really say 20 grams, that's all your body can cope with.
No, I mean, I'd agree. I mean, sometimes even if you wanted to be beneath that, if you were concerned, like Nick said, you could spread your meals out, so you're having 5 a day rather than 3 or whatever to hit, if maybe you're hitting macros or something, if that's on your agenda, then you could do that.
The next question says, your thoughts on dairy? That's from Megan. I love dairy. I have skimmed milk in my smoothies. I sometimes have almond milk as well. Skimmed milk is higher, or semi-skimmed milk is higher in protein. We both love Greek yogurt. Love cheese, mozzarella, Baby Bell, Dairy,
especially on cauliflower pizza.
Philadelphia. So
dairy lovers.
We both like dairy, and also it's good for your, for calcium and protein as well.
Tick.
The next question is from Wonder Melly Woman, who always makes amazing pictures always sends me amazing pictures of my recipes. She's really
check
good.
her out as well. I'm learning.
It says, what are your thoughts on the juice plus craze going on at the moment?
I think we've got one word for that.
Crazy.
We didn't prepare the answer at all.
Yeah, juice plus, I don't know, like getting your nutrients from a tablet or, from a pre-packed juice. I think get it from whole foods, fruits and vegetables.
That fill you up more, in my opinion.
Yeah, you have to be careful really. Sometimes schemes are just there to make money. You lose weight by reducing the number of calories. It's not by taking a magic tablet, and food is always first.
Yeah, and there's no quick fix as well.
Yeah.
This isn't specific to the juice plus whatever it's called, but there's a lot of things like that are
like rapid ketones.
Yeah, 2 weeks, but can you the question is, if you can't live on that, then question why you're doing it.
Yeah. Sustainability is key. So this question is definitely for Hannah. It's from Olive's Treehouse.
It says, if that's the name of a house.
I know. Check her out later.
Or a tree.
It says, what's the best way to slowly introduce upper body strength gently without using the gym or hardcore workouts?
Well, I'd say initially with my ladies, if someone's like in that position, then you can actually do like push-ups against the wall, like at an angle. So just make sure your arms are like just outside your shoulders, and that's the best way to do it. And then obviously you can improve on that by going onto your knees and just focusing on the lowering. So you just lower yourself all the way to the floor. Don't worry about the pushing up, and just work on that part of the contraction of the muscle, and then from there you'll be able to do like a little mini wall on your knees, and then you'll be seen flying, your feet will be off the floor, you'll be doing everything.
Next question is from Elsie Frosty, and it says, do you ever fall out of good eating and exercise habits and find it hard to get back into them?
Well, because I think once you develop the lifestyle that we mentioned earlier, you'll be so in, you know what I mean, you'll be so on with
it becomes a way of life.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way of life, so you don't tend to fall off it because there's no wagon to fall off.
Yeah.
So I think it's about maybe making mini changes.
Yeah.
Rather than being drastic. Like, I think there's another question that relates to that.
Yeah, my approach is the 80-20 rule. So as long as I'm living my life 80% healthy, my indulgences, I don't call it falling off the bandwagon. I just call it, oh dear, I overindulge, you know, but actually it's part of my lifestyle. So my indulgences don't set me back at all. They're just something that I work into my lifestyle.
And and also it's developing that relationship with food where it's not guilt.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people call it a cheat meal, and some people like to call it a treat meal.
Yeah.
And that meal, however you want to look at it, is the same thing, but you're not like failing if you do that.
Yeah.
I think that's
Definitely.
a lot of mentally you've got to maybe change how you view it.
Yeah, definitely. So the last question is from Chris Niddle, and it says, what are the major mistakes people do when combining both a healthy diet and exercise regime?
Do everything
all at once. I think basically say to yourself, I'm going to start tomorrow, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and everything's going to be perfect. Like, perfection doesn't exist. All you need to do is make small changes to your diet, and remember that there's no secret to success, there's no secret to weight loss. You already know what it is. It's choosing an apple instead of a Mars bar mid-morning.
And there's healthy habits, like with my clients we often do like one a week. So rather than doing like Nick says, like saying, right, I'm gonna not have this, not have that, focus on what you can have as well, like rather than all the no's. Otherwise you'll mentally find it very restricting. So focus on building healthy habits rather than restricting and pulling things away.
Yeah, I always tell people to focus on what can you have more of. More sleep, more water, more fruit, more vegetables.
More sweat.
And then the other, you know, crappy stuff tends to die down without it. You know, if you're getting enough sleep, then you don't crave it as much and things like that. So we really hope that you found this video useful. I want to say a massive thank you to Hannah.
Thank you for having me.
Who drove all the way to my house this morning. We're going to be filming a workout today as well as a recipe video, so look out for those. Please give this video a thumbs up and head over to Hannah's channel and give her a subscription as well.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.